ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Denver Broncos. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber that runs like this early because it'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. The Broncos now are 2-5 to start play. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw, and that is incomplete. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this one is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. Now a play fake here on first down.
Now into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
And Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Second and 13. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on third and 13.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
They'll set up to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On second down, they'll run it here. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
Sly able to put this one through.
And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3's in.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball away, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
10 yards there on a Bengal first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2? Maybe even 3 more plays.
2nd and 1. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals have moved out in front. Extra point up and through. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They're going to look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now back to throw. He's got a man complete. And all the way home for the Broncos score. A big play there. 58 yards. And the Broncos are able to move back in front. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to air one out. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there for Cincinnati. 53 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point safely through. And the lead is now 14-10.
This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Back to throw now on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 17-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's caught inside the 25. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And this one too low.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 19 yards to pick up there and move the chains. They'll run on first down. Mackey, excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd and 4. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll set up a throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
And he's got a Bengals first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
12 more yards there and another first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the
the 20-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. Second and 12. Back to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
He'll drop to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They will look to flush the memory of that pick six as we now have a brand-new tie ball game here in the fourth quarter, getting down to the good stuff. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. And now they've got their first sack here in the second half. Look out, they'll try to increase the pressure. That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
The Broncos on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw here. Under pressure, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. The Broncos send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Bengals drive about to get going. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That third down conversion good for 23. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm a big fire.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your...
And he can't escape, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting it back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Broncos will have the football as this is taken out past the 30. Line of scrimmage to 31 now on 1st and 10.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Midge used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity. Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. That is caught. Westbrook's got it. And out across midfield down to the 45. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Jermichael Hasty, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead. Slide for the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a return from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it second down.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains and take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now they're going to go for two and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. They'll look to throw, and they do not get it. It's incomplete. They went for the win, and the big gamble does not pay off. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And the Broncos aren't able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location.